Hey guys, Chris from Empower Accounting here, back with yet another government stimulus video. So today I just want to touch on the JobKeeper, on the updates to the JobKeeper and what we now know. So the program was released 2 or so weeks ago, and finally we have some more info on it. So at the time of recording, it is the 16th of April at 3 o'clock. So there are going to be more updates coming out on this. So everything I'm going through now is current as at 16th of April at 3 o'clock. So you'll probably see why over the next coming week or two, why I'm referring to its current at the moment. So in this video, I just wanted to touch on the updates that we now know over the last few days of what's happened. Okay, so let's jump into it. So with the 30% reduction in revenue, so we now know that it is based on your GST turnover. So what this basically means is however you account for your BAS. So if you're on a cash or accruals for your BAS, this is effectively how you'll be treated on your 30% reduction in revenue tests. So step number one, go and check your BAS, see if you're cash or accrual. So number two, so comparison. So when we're comparing your periods, it can be monthly or quarterly. So in this third step there as well is going to be an estimated turnover. So this is a key judging of where you will end up, especially being a quarterly comparison. So sitting here today, it is the middle of April. So the first quarter we can go off is the June quarter. So sitting here, middle of April, we don't know where we're going to end up for the June 2020 quarter. Obviously, that's still long. That's 2.5 months away. And if anything like the last month is to go off, anything can happen in that time. So that's why the ATO's come out and said it's on estimated turnover. So you can sit here and estimate your June 2020 quarter versus your June 2019, what actually happened for the quarter there. So first thing I would do is probably, again, I keep harping on about these cash flow budgets. This is where it's critical to have this stuff down pat, because when you're registering, they will want to see proof on how you got to your 30% reduction in turnover. So again, cash flow or budget over the next few months is critical in this case. So special cases can apply for a review. So special cases being more like startups because they don't have the period in 2019 to compare to, along with other businesses where they might have bought a business in the meantime, so their turnover is obviously a lot higher than what it was previously, and special cases like that. So you can apply for a review, but obviously that process will take a bit longer than just the standard comparing against the previous period last year. So in this, the JobKeeper, so you will have to report monthly to the ATO as well. So the ATO want to know your turnover going forward and your employee details. So number of employees, what you're paying them, things like that. They have said that they're not going to use this to track your business for anything other than purely just to look at the statistics of businesses across Australia to see if the stimulus measures are working, and to track the health of your business as well. So that's why they would like the monthly reporting, so they say. But the next step, this was probably a surprising thing for me. In previous videos, I have said that if your turnover increases in the future, it is most probably likely that you will fall out of this system. However, I was wrong. They've come out and said that once you're in the system, that's it, you're in it for the remainder of the duration of this program. So effectively, if your March 2020 versus your March 2019 was 30% down, or even if you're just anticipating that you'll be down by 30%, you will be in the program and you'll be in it for the full duration of the 6 months that it is anticipated to run for. So there's a big win there. So for those businesses who won't have a 30% reduction in turnover straight away, a classic example of this is the building and construction industry, because chatting to a lot of guys in that industry, they're still working. They've still got jobs on the go that have been in the pipeline for months. So they're still working. They haven't effectively had a 30% reduction yet, but you can in the future. So in 2 or 3 months' time, you may start to experience a slowdown and turn in revenue. And at that point, then you can apply and then you'll be eligible for the rest of the period, but payments will not be backdated. So you'll only be eligible from the time you are eligible until the end of the program. So the next new thing is eligible employees and payments. So there's a bit of, I guess, a bit more clarity around this, because this is probably the main issue with JobKeeper, is that basically you need to pay your employees prior to receiving the JobKeeper payments. So what the ATO has said, that so with the first two payments of being effectively $3,000, being $1,500 per fortnight, because this program started on the 30th of March, it's now the 16th of April, so the first period, first fortnight has already passed. So the ATO has only just released this info out. So they have said that they will allow businesses till the end of April to pay the first two fortnights payments. So basically $3,000 per employee, per eligible employee need to be paid prior to the end of April from that one. So businesses need to find a way to cash flow this. Obviously, you need to talk to your employees to see if they are okay potentially not receiving money until towards the end of April from that one. So that's a bit of an issue there from a cash flow point of view. So after this period, so all payments must be made each fortnight from there to continue to be eligible. Another new measure is that you cannot choose which employees get the payment. So all eligible employees must receive the payment. So you may have some employees that are not eligible and some that are. So of the employees that are eligible, you can't choose one or two. You must pay all of the eligible employees this payment. So on the $1,500 a fortnight payments, you must deduct the pay-as-you-go withholding from those payments. It's effectively just like a normal wage payment where you withhold tax, but there is no super on any top-up payments. So if you currently pay your employee $1,000 a fortnight and you're now paying them the $1,500, you don't need to pay the super on that extra $500 from there. So again, a bit of a logistical admin sort of nightmare here of trying to figure out the super and top-up payments. So the software companies are currently working on easier ways to process these payments. So I know Xero is and Mob and the likes are currently working on these. So they haven't released anything yet, but obviously they will in due course. So whoever you use for your payroll software, I recommend either getting in touch with them or keeping an eye out for updates so you can easily process these payments from there. So another new measure that we now know since the last video is that working owners are now eligible for the payments. So these are owners who basically work in the business who are not technically on the books as wages. So they will be eligible. However, it'll only be one employee or one owner who will be eligible for these payments. So if you have a husband and wife team working in the business together who have not been on the books as wages, only one of them will be eligible for this payment. So the applications for this one will be separate to the employee JobKeeper one there. So again, we're awaiting more info on this from the ATO. So sit tight if you have registered for the JobKeeper program already. I'm hoping that they will notify you directly on this one and how this is applied. So again, we don't know how this is working yet, but time will tell over the next few days or week or so. Okay, so a bit of a to-do list from here and how this program is going to work. So step one, review your 2019 turnover and compare it against your estimated period for 2020. So again, have a look at your figures, see where you're at. If you think you're eligible, then definitely register. So in order to receive payments from the first fortnightly payment, starting back to 30 March, you need to register prior to the 26th of April. So that's only 10 days away from the recording of this video, so jump onto it straight away. But registering for this program on the ATO website is purely just putting you on an email list. So what you need to do from there is make sure you do that by the 26th of April. Another thing you need to do is as well, so any employees that you may think might be eligible, the ATO now have a JobKeeper employee nomination notice. So this is something that you need to do with all your eligible employees. So it'll be on the ATO website. If you're receiving this video on our emailing list, there should be a link to get this form. So this is something you need to basically to fill out with your employee. So the employee needs to sign this as well to notify you that they are eligible to receive this payment, because there are a lot of technicalities around who is and who is not eligible. And you do not want to get in trouble if by paying an employee who is not eligible, because the employee needs to sign this one as well to basically say that yes, they are eligible. So enrolments in the program start from the 20th of April. So again, sitting here, today is Thursday, the 16th of April. So that's 20th of April is Monday. So there's nothing we can sort of really do today at this point in time, but next week, come Monday, we can enroll with the ATO, so we can let them know that we are going to apply for this. And you obviously need to fill out details on this one. And then you can apply for the program from the 4th of May. So that's when you can apply for your payments. So this is when you're notifying employee, obviously wage info and things like that to get reimbursed from the 4th of May. So if you lodge your info on the 4th of May, then the ATO has said that they will get their payments out as soon as they can, which may be within a couple of days, hopefully. So that first week of May, we should start to see some cash rolling out for businesses, which is great. Okay, so JobKeeper, this program is, how should I say this? There's a lot of red tape in this program. It is an potential admin nightmare. There is a lot of work involved to get this right. So this is something that you can apply for yourself as a business owner. You can follow the steps on the ATO website, and I encourage you to do that. However, if you do need help, we are able to act on your behalf for this. However, unfortunately, as I said, there is a lot of work involved in this, and we unfortunately will have to charge for this. It's not something we want to charge for, but given the extent of the program and what is involved and the technicalities and just the pure admin involved in it, we will have to charge for this one, unfortunately. But I guess, yeah, we are here to help if you do need it. So if you would like our assistance in applying for this, let us know. But if you have any questions on any of this info, please let me know. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks, guys.